Good afternoon, Malacanang Press Corps. Happy Monday. Let's now have Presidential Spokesperson and Chief Presidential Legal Counsel, Salvador Panelo.
Good afternoon, MPC. Afternoon na. Nakakot ka ngayon, Mr. Joseph. You have guests? Where? Where are the guests? What? Ah, the Singapore president. The Madam President.
Questions?
We are welcoming her. Huh? Welcome to the Philippines, Madam President of Singapore. We are very pleased to have you with us, and I hope you enjoy your stay.
MPC questions? RJ.
Sir, I wonder, although these agreements will be signed this afternoon, do you know which areas are covered?
No, I have not been informed.
Okay.
Questions? Belia, belated happy birthday, Belia Carriazo.
Wala si Pia, wala.
Hi, sir.
Gutierrez.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Yes.
Sir, formally dineclare na ng...
Where are you?
Over here.
Tinatakpan mo kasi mukha mo with your telephone.
So, sorry, nag-FB live din ako. Sir, formally dineclare na ng DA yung...
BA?
Department of
Department
Agriculture,
of
yung
Swine.
yung affected na tayo ng African swine fever. And apparently, sir, parang, I don't know kung nagiging transparent ba ang DA. Meron bang directive ang pala sa DA na maging transparent? Kasi parang before, kasi parang hindi nila dinisclose kung saan-saan talagang lugar. Ngayon lang sinabi na aside from Antipolo, Rodriguez, Rizal, and Bulacan, may mga affected areas pa rin ng African swine fever. Parang meron bang directive na maging transparent? Parang hindi ba dina-downplay ng DA yung problem? Kasi parang magugulat na lang yung publiko na mayroon ng gano'n nakalaki yung problema natin sa ASF.
There is no need for a directive to be transparent. All agencies of the government and departments are expected to be transparent on their activities. Now, with respect to that, I'm sure the DA knew only of the affected areas at the time that they released the report. I saw the DA secretary earlier this morning and confirming that the disease is an African swine flu. And I'm sure the DA is already doing something about it.
So gaano ka lala yung problem, sir? Na-contain na ba yung problema dun sa mga areas, affected areas? And meron bang assurance na safe ba na kumain yung public ng meat products?
Just like any other sudden foreign disease that affects the swine industry, the DA will undertake all the measures necessary to secure the public for their safety. That's SOP.
So will you encourage the public na it is safe to eat meat products despite na meron na nga tayong African swine fever sa bansa?
Well, the reasonable thing to do is to avoid it. But I'm sure the DA will be issuing circulars relative to that.
So you will, sir, you're encouraging the public to avoid it? Since
To avoid eating.
Yeah, avoid eating.
Well, me, I'm avoiding it. But this morning I ate. But we have to wait for the circulars or information to be coming from the DA to tell us exactly what we have to do. Those who are in the eating business, which is a daily habit for all of us.
Okay, may follow-up? Hannah,
Hana.
microphone please.
Hana.
Sir, any directives po? Kasi Burmans na po tayo, sir. Marami tayong mga handaan. And 95% po, locally yung local producer po ng pork natin, tayo po ang nagpo-produce. Kung may nakapasok na pong ASF sa bansa, paano po yung assurance natin na hindi mako-compromise yung supply po natin ng pork?
As I said, the DA will take care of that. I'm sure the DA Secretary is competent enough to handle the problem.
MPC question. Chona? Joseph?
Sir, sabi niyo po avoid pork muna, no?
No, me I'm
I
avoiding
mean,
it,
it's a
but
policy because we have that result.
no, we have to wait for the DA Secretary. Exactly kung is it safe, which part of the areas are safe, because if some areas are affected by the swine flu, then the reasonable thing to do is to do whatever the DA Secretary will tell us.
Sir, parang kumain na sila kaninang umaga.
Pero kumain ako kanina.
Hindi sir, sila
Hindi ko
Secretary
alam yun.
Duque, sila Secretary Dardea, no, 4 hours ago,
Kumain sila?
Boodle fight, sir.
Eh, ako rin kumain eh.
So,
Kumain din naman ako. O sige, ibig sabihin, safe.
okay, no need to worry.
I think there is no need to worry considering that the DA Secretary has not cautioned us not to avoid or not to eat or to avoid.
Should we wait
Wala
a
pa naman
couple of
directive.
hours, sir?
Ha?
Should we wait a couple of hours?
Di tingnan natin. The fact alone na kumain yung mga secretaries and me, siguro, wala naman nangyari sa akin.
Okay.
Lalo yata ako naging healthy.
Okay.
May follow-up doon? Other issue? Maricel?
Another issue. Good morning.
Morning.
Sir, good afternoon na pala. Sir, yung mother, si Mrs. Thelma Chong has
Yes.
expressed her disappointment with the statement of the president saying that the president still trusts Nicanor Faeldon. What do you want to tell her?
Mrs. Chong, the president knows Mr. Faeldon personally. And there have been experiences in the past that gave him the trust to him remaining until now. If you haven't known it yet, as he has repeatedly said, the smuggling of the mighty cigarette would have not been exposed if Mr. Faeldon kept quiet. He could have earned billions because we were able to get about 37 billion pesos out of that. So I would suggest trust the president's words.
But I think she's still hurting kasi nung Friday, she went to Cebu City to personally thank the president, pero nag-walk out na lang daw siya after hearing the statement of the president.
I would suggest that she monitors the Senate hearing because right now there is an ongoing investigation, an inquiry on that. And it appears that the corruption is on the lower level. From what I can see from the testimonies I have heard so far.
But although given na yung sinasabi ni Presidente na may nagawa si Faeldon specifically dun sa Mighty Cigarette, but don't you think, sir, yung mga other failures ni Faeldon is sufficient not to reappoint him in any other government position?
That's the call of the president. He has the absolute discretion to appoint anybody whom he trusts, whom he feels competent, and whom he feels could do miracles in one particular department or agency.
So does it mean that the stand of the palace remains the same, that the president is still open in reappointing Faeldon?
Oh, certainly, if the president appoints him, then we'll have to trust him on that.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
MPC question. Joseph?
But considering I watched him during the Senate hearing when his services were terminated. He said he felt so relieved, and he looks it. For all you know, he doesn't want to work already in the government. Dahil
Why-
palagi napapasok.
Why does the president keep appointing him then?
Ay, believe sa kanya. Hanga sa kanyang, kasi si Presidente talagang ang gusto niya yung very honest.
Sir, what does that statement do to the investigation of the ombudsman?
Ganun pa rin, wala. It doesn't mean anything. It's a personal statement of the president because he knows it personally. And the ombudsman will never be influenced nor intimidated knowing the ombudsman. Ombudsman Sammy Martinez. His reputation is solid. He will go about his work as the Constitution directs him to do.
So hindi naman po parang it has the effect of absolving even
No,
before
I don't
the-
think so. Because there is an investigation. Di ba sinasabi natin, kahit pa may tiwala ka dyan, kung the investigation shows na nagkamali siya, kung performance-wise, competence-wise, o ibang usapan yun doon sa corruption.
Sir, your comment, kasi I'm sure you mentioned naman, parang nakapanood kayo ng mga Senate hearing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, merong corruption. I think that's probably clear, no?
From the testimony of those who have been gypped, swindled, of that, like that woman of 50,000. Di ba? Oh, there is.
And even the president said
You
so,
know
right?
why? The president, I agree fully 100% with the president. That, if you give discretion to a particular government official, talaga magkakaroon ng corruption. Kaya, kung ako pinatawag sa Senate, pag tinanong ko anong solusyon mo, simple lang ang solusyon dyan. Kung ano yung sentence ng court, minimum and maximum, yun lang. Regardless of good conduct or bad conduct. In fact, kung may bad conduct at recorded automatic, dapat dagdagan yung kanilang sentence. Para wala nang discretion. Kung ano yung nakalagay na lang sa batas. You serve 15 years, minimum, na-serve mo yan, tapos. You serve maximum sentence of 25 years, tapos. You know why? Because precisely the court has considered all the evidence, the nature of the crime, and it has precisely given you a sentence that is appropriate to what you did. So regardless of whether you're good there or bad, dapat pagdusahan mo yun.
Yeah, policy question, sir. Does the palace want the GCTA law scrapped?
I haven't talked with the president, but knowing him, what he wants is that walang corruption. Kailangan susundin mo yung regulasyon. Kung ano yung nandun sa batas, yun ang gawin mo. Yun lang si presidente palagi.
So, sir, medyo ngayon, parang mga naman sa secret na alam naman ng lahat. Yung paggamit ng Wi-Fi, for example, Wi-Fi. Nakakapag-Facebook daw po yung ibang inmates doon. And then, yung bilihan ng
O
ganyan.
simple lang yan. Madali lang rin yung solusyon yan. Bakit naman pag mayroong mga state visit, bigla tayong walang cellphone?
No, but
O
the
di,
fact
all
is-
you have to do is to cut that off.
No, they turn
Who will
off,
cut
they
that
turn
off?
on.
O di siyempre, the operator ng Smart, ng Globe. Tapos ganun lang kasimple yan. Then the law should require them. O, hindi ba? To stop the signal, the operation of a particular use of communication system within an area. O,
You want that policy?
if you ask me personally,
Palas.
I will suggest to the president.
Natanggalan ng signal yung sa bilibid.
Yes. Kung yan lang ang problema, kung nakaka-aggravate sa problema, di tanggalin na lang natin. Para wala
Yung
na.
sir, yung corruption, what is our plan to solve it?
Well, they will be prosecuted. They will be dismissed.
Revamp
administratively. And most likely that the president will do that. And in fact, hindi ba sinabi niya na, Office of the President na, wala na sila dyan sa DOJ.
So most likely, President will what?
The president will undertake measures to stop corruption in that place.
How about the revamp?
I will ask him today.
All right, cool. Thank you, sir.
Ace.
Secretary, the president said he fired Nick Faeldon because
For disobeying.
Yeah, he disobeyed the orders, but yet he still believes in him. Does this not send a wrong signal to the bureaucracy that you can disobey the president and yet you can retain his trust?
Oh, na-remove ka pa rin. Even if you're trusted but you have been removed. O, di ganun din yun.
What does this say about the standards of personnel that we are trying to recruit for the bureaucracy?
The standard is you will be removed either for incompetence, for corruption, or for disobeying direct orders of the president. Those are the standards.
Pero yung quality ng personnel na ilalagay natin sa government, hindi ba parang masamang senyales to? Kasi okay, disobey and then pwedeng ilipat sa ibang post.
Kung nag-disobey ka, ibig sabihin you're not performing competently kasi you're disobeying a direct order. O pwede ka rin kung mapagkakatiwalaan ka naman. Pero the fact is, when you're removed, o di syempre, nahirapan ka nang bumalik.
Sige, Sec.
Question, MPC? Raymond, Tinasa.
Wala si Henry.
Paabot na.
Naka-sign off? Bakit?
Sir, good afternoon.
Raymond.
Sir, the president dismissed Faeldon because of disobedience. Pure disobedience lang para sa inyo o baka
Hindi, yun ang sinabi ni President. That's
you
what he
disobeyed because of corruption?
That is what he said.
Tapos yung sa signal jam, parang easier said than done kasi sir, yung sinasabi niyo na parang signal jamming o signal jammer doon sa, di ba meron na existing? Pero may access sila kasi nagbabayad nga ng permit to access yung wifi saka telco connection doon eh. So yun yung
Ang
problem.
sinasabi ko, hindi yung jamming. Kung hindi, di ba ang nagtatanggal ng signal kung sino yung server. O, pag tinanggal yan ng smart saka globe, di wala na. Di ba ganyan ang ginagawa nila pag mayroong head of state, bigla tayong wala lahat. Sa China, kahit saan kami pumunta, gano'n. Nawawala lahat ng signal.
So you are suggesting or recommending
I will suggest
year
to the
round?
President.
all year round na ganun?
O siguro kasi kung yan ang nagiging problema, they're using the communication system to commit illegal acts. So they might as well.
Categorically, sir, anong meron kay Faeldon na parang ang hirap bitawan ng Pangulo? Other than yung tiwala niya na tapat ang taong ito, anong meron si Faeldon?
Yun. Yung honest siya. Yun ang hanga si Presidente sa pagka-honest niya. Kasi nga, kung talagang i-consider mo, kumita sana yon sa Mighty Cigarette. Kulang ang 1 billion doon. Ang amount involved sa smuggling, magkano? 50 billion. Kung tumahimik lang siya, hindi. Pero nakita naman natin yung mama, ganun pa rin.
At sa tingin ng Pangulo, iisang Pilipino lang ang mayroong ganun. Si Faeldon lang.
Not necessarily. Ikaw naman. Pwedeng ikaw din, mayroong ganun. Kaya lang, hindi pa natutuklasan ni Presidente.
Thank you, sir.
Belia?
Hi, sir. A follow-up lang po kay Raymond. Sir, the fact remains, sir, na parang hinahabol si Faeldon ng controversy, di ba? Mula sa Bureau of Customs, tapos ngayon dito sa Bureau of Corrections. Hindi ba nadadala si Pangulo na kapag in-appoint siya sa ibang position, ganun pa rin, may ibang controversy na naman na lilitaw?
Unang-una, premature lahat. We're all speculating that he will be appointed to another position. The President has not done that. So, premature lahat ang speculation.
Pero para, sir, meron kasing possibility pa rin.
Which means parang or possibility is still in the realm of speculation.
Jonah? MPC, wala nang tanong? Okay na tayo. Ace.
Anong oras ba yung yung pagdating ni Presidente? 3 pa.
Sec, during the press briefing of the President last week, he said he suspects may corruption doon.
True enough, yun ang lumalabas.
Baka yung iba nabili, sabi niya. And since Mr. Faeldon is the head of Bucor, and given the policy of the President na no whiff of corruption allowed, how do you reconcile that?
Na-dismiss na nga siya, di ba? Ano pa bang
Pero-
gusto niya?
pero he
He's
still
been given
trusts
the highest penalty of dismissal from his position. Regardless of whatever reason. Tinanggal ka ba rin?
Pero he still believes in him despite yung...
Personal yung kanyang tingin doon. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya involved. Kung baga, parang sa customs, napalusutan siya na naman. May hirapan din naman kasi kung yung mga tao doon, ever since, panahon pa ng ilang administrasyon, dati na nilang ginagawa yon. You must remember, like yung isa doon, 25 years, o ilang administrasyon na yun. Must be 4 administrations. Dati nang nandun. Dati nang ginagawa. O kahit saan ilagay mo doon, kung dati nang magagaling sila doon, talaga mapapalusutan ka nga.
what's the president's basis for saying na baka hindi siya involved doon or at least believing na hindi siya involved doon when the investigation is still ongoing, yung ombudsman ginagawa pa yung investigation,
kasi nga,
yung Senate is still conducting its hearings.
kasi nga hanga siya sa honesty ng mama. In other words, he was thrown into a situation where he could have corrupted himself, but he did not bite. Kaya humanga si Presidente ron.
Okay, Sec.
Wala nang tanong? Julie?
Sir, reaction lang. Sabi ni Senator Gordon, dapat daw pong mag-ingat
Dapat
si President Duterte sa pagsasalita about Faeldon kasi paraphrasing what he said, sabi niya baka daw kasi magkaroon ng kaso si Faeldon.
Uy, kung magkaroon na, hindi ba alam mo si Presidente, he's a very fair man. Hindi ba palagi kong sinasabi sa inyo, yung kanyang perception of relief on a particular person or agency is subject to change without prior notice if there are circumstances that will alter his belief. Kung merong ebidensya, lumalabas, o di ibig sabihin, yung katapatan ni Mr. Faeldon at a particular time, mukhang na-break on this particular instance.
So,
Until such time, hanggat hindi niya nakikita na na-break yun, kanyang paniniwala at pagtitiwala, nandun pa yun.
but it may change kung sakaling magkaroon
Oh,
ng
definitely,
charges.
si Presidente ganun eh.
Okay.
You must remember he has fired friends,
Yes, sir. Sir,
allies in the cabinet.
Sir, and then Senator Gordon also observed na although basing on the testimony of one of the witnesses last week, si Camilon, hindi natag si Faeldon directly dun sa GCTA for sale scheme. Wala daw silang transaction directly. Pero Senator Gordon noted na when it came to abuse of discretion, such as yung napapayagang pumirma yung mga subordinates niya, mukhang doon siya magkakaroon ng problema. Hindi po ba reflection din po yun of competence or yung kaalaman ni Faeldon about the inner workings of the Bucor?
The guilt of Mr. Faeldon, whether criminal, administrative, will depend on the result of the investigation and the recommendation of the inquiring body, like the Senate, as well as the Ombudsman. Kung anong makita nila, yun ang gagawin nila.
So whatever findings of the Senate, sir, the President will respect it?
Oh,
Even if it's
certainly. The
against Faeldon?
President always respects the decision of independent bodies, whether constitutional or not.
Thank you, sir.
Even its own department or agencies.
No more questions? Joseph, last question. Okay. Joseph. Sige. Si Joseph, Joseph, follow up muna yan. Sige, Rosalie. Other issues si Rosalie.
Hi sir, good afternoon po. Last week po sa briefing niyo po na-mention niyo po na we will coordinate with police authorities regarding foreign convicts na napalaya through GCTA. May update na po ba tayo kung meron na po tayong ginawang pakikipag-ugnayan? Because according to the report of the Philippine National Police, there are 17 foreign convicts of heinous crimes na napalaya na po at nakalabas na po ng bansa. Some of them are Chinese, Malaysians, Singaporeans, and...
The Bureau of Immigration has not given us a final listing of those who have been released or those who are still staying in the Bicutan jail.
So
Nag-aantay kami nun.
what will be our action po regarding po
Yun
sa...
na nga, we're waiting for their report. Unless they have already given to the President. I haven't talked to the President with respect to it.
For example, sir, nabigay po yung bilang. Are we going to pursue them, for example?
Kung ano yung batas. The law says they will either be prosecuted or they will be deported.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Last question na tayo. Ina.
Sir, just a quick one. The President admitted that or confirmed that he ordered the transfer of high-profile inmates from Bilibid 14 to a military, or rather a marine barracks in Taguig. So I was just wondering, kung hindi po ba na-report yun, hindi malalaman ng... If media did not discover it, hindi po ba i-disclose ng palasyo or any other government official concerned?
Unang-una, any order is always covered by a memorandum or a direct order coming from the President. Ganun din sa Bureau, pag meron silang natanggap na kautusan galing sa Presidente, recorded yon. Ganun din naman yung pinag-transferan because they will be receiving the prisoners, the body of the prisoners. So they'll have to have basis kung saan ang galing. So it's there.
Yeah, it's there, but what I'm asking is there's no proactive effort to disclose this to the public considering na high-profile convicts po yung involved.
Sa tingin ko yung ginawa ni Presidente akin to the witness protection program. Now you have to protect. If there are lives endangered inside the prison cell relative to certain witnesses, dapat talagang i-secure mo yun. You must remember, as I stated in my statement, there is one cardinal rule in all jails in the world, aorta of silence. Anybody who violates that will be liquidated. And we have seen histories of that. Yung mga, di ba, yung mga nagsalita noon, marami silang involved doon. O kaya, siyempre maraming magre-react sa kanila din.
So magla-last question na tayo, Joseph.
Mga kaluluwa.
Sir, I think we have visitors from the other dimension.
Doon lang yun sa palasyo, hindi rito.
Well, they have crossed because of the subject. Sir, shift tayo. Sir, si Mr. Tiglao had a column.
Bobby, Tiglao.
Yes. And then he asserted that the tribunal petition, which
The
we
what?
won, the tribunal award, kind of reduced
Arbitral ruling.
reduced our EEZ because some of the features in the Kalayaan group of islands, hindi na sila itinuturing na islands, so therefore they cannot generate EEZ. So the ruling says they're just trucks. So parang by that declaration, parang nawala na daw po yung some of our portions of our EEZ. What do you think of that?
Well, I think we should ask the Department of Foreign Affairs on the theory of Mr. Tiglao. I read about it. I'm waiting for Secretary Territorial to his reaction on that. And perhaps I will ask the President tonight if I am able to talk to him if he has read that particular column of Mr. Bobby Tiglao.
All right, sir.
Okay, last na tayo. Ace and then Julie. Tatanong ka pa.
Yung sa clarify ko lang para mas malinaw, para walang misinterpretation. Yung napalusutan kanina, are you saying it's possible na napalusutan din si Faeldon sa Bucor?
Everything is possible in the Bureau of Prisons, as what we are seeing now on national television. Di ba? Nakikita natin ngayon kung paano nagmamaniobrahan yung mga nasa lower echelon.
Kasi given...
Kasi nga, yung nga ang problema, may discretion kasi. They will have to determine whether qualified ka or not. Talaga magkakaroon talaga ng
Kasi given
avenue for corruption.
given the president's suspicion na may corruption daw and then he still believes in him. So, yun din bang position ni Presidente na baka nga napalusutan si Faeldon din sa
Hindi
Bucor?
ko alam kung yun ang magiging... I will ask him kung ano talaga ang position niya kay Mr. Faeldon. I will ask him also direct if he is going to reappoint him in any position.
Salamat po.
And maybe I should ask also Mr. Faeldon if he's even willing to serve in any government position.
Okay, last question na tayo, Julie. Tatanong.
Bakit ka mo wala si Henry, Raymond? He's watching. No question, Mr. Henry?
Sir, kung pwede lang pong...
Hindi, kasi nag-text may tinatanong siya, sabi ko sa briefing na lang.
Sir, kung pwede lang pong balikan yung tanong ni Ina on the transfer of the inmates. Yung sa transfer po ng inmates, yung
yes.
sa
order ni President Duterte. Last week, when the President announced it, it was questioned by the Free Legal Assistance Group. Sabi nila, dapat may court order daw covering the transfer. And Secretary Guevara agreed, sabi niya, there's nothing wrong with it kung may court order yung pag-transfer na inutos po ni Pangulong Duterte. Ang tanong ko po, meron po bang court order?
I'm not sure about that. Moreover, if the transfer is from one jail to another, baka pareho lang yun. I'm not
Pero kasi
very
sir,
sure.
di ba pag ganun sa commitment order, sa court po nang gagaling yun, when it comes to inmates, trial pa yan or convicted na?
I will ask about that,
Okay.
kung ano
Okay,
ang basis.
Okay, sir. Tapos sir, patanong lang po ng office. Given na inutos po ni President Duterte na ilipat yung mga inmates na who are testifying against Senator Laila de Lima na nakakulong.
Teka muna.
Yes, sir.
Regarding the transfer, I remember even DOJ Secretary made some transfers during the time of De Lima from Munti to NBI. Meron siya mga nilipat noon, yung mga involved noon sa ano.
Can you cite
drugs?
it, sir? Kaya.
Palagay ko wala ring court order yun.
Do we know that for certain, sir? Na walang court order yung dati?
Basta alam ko merong transfer. Hindi ko lang alam kung may court order.
Okay.
I will
Sir, can we check?
I will check with that together with Secretary Guevara.
Yes, sir. Tsaka yung ngayon, sir.
And on our end, para malaman namin.
Yeah. Tapos sir, given na si Senator de Lima ay nakakulong and the inmates being transferred or testifying against her, ibig sabihin po ba nito natatakot yung Duterte administration kay de Lima to effect such a move?
No. Yeah, precisely the purpose is to secure the safety of the witnesses. Para, unang-una, they will remain alive. Number two, they can say whatever they want to say in court.
Okay, last na, Raymond Tenasa.
Sir, para malinawan lang. So doon sa discretion kasi nagkakaroon ng corruption doon sa GCTA law. So, pabor kayo sa panukala ko na dapat totally scrap na lang yung batas at wala nang discretion kasi wala namang good conduct, bad conduct.
Exactly, hindi ba yun ang sinasabi ko?
So,
If I
pabor
were
kayo.
invited in the Senate, if I were asked, I would just say, just serve the sentence.
So,
What the court says, regardless of good conduct or bad conduct.
So, the palace supports yung pag-repeal na sa GCTA law.
I will ask the President. I'm just expressing my personal opinion had I been invited to the Senate.
Kasi kahit nagbagong buhay na eh, nakapatay na, di ba? Useless naman na kahit nagbagong buhay na eh, nakapatay na, naka-rape pa.
Kaya, di ba sinabi ko na, regardless of whether nagbagong buhay ka o hindi, kaya ka nga sinintensyahan dahil para pagbayaran mo yung ginawa mong krimen.
Agree.
Okay, no more questions? Okay, thank you, Secretary Panelo.
Thank you.
Thank you, MPC. Back to our main studio sa People's Television Network.